Hello and welcome to the Empowered Couples Podcast, where here you get modern, non-boring relationship advice for you and your partner to communicate like pros, fight smarter, and stay on the same team no matter the challenge that you face. I am one of the hosts, Jocelyn Freeman, and you're going to be hanging out with just me as my husband Aaron is with our baby girl. We are dividing and conquering today, which is what it takes sometimes as parents. But today's topic is going to be a great reminder, hopefully inspirational, motivational for you to be an even better partner. The topic being 4 things couples forget to do after years together that are truly crucial for connection. And the thing with relationships, with marriage, is that we can overcomplicate it sometimes, especially when we feel like we're in maybe a tougher season, whether that's because of just life circumstances, or maybe things have been a little harder between you and your partner, so you're in a rough patch. We can get caught up in the things that aren't working and overcomplicate what it looks like to get the ball rolling in the right direction, to get momentum in a positive direction, which is something we said to a couple yesterday on a session. We were like, you're overcomplicating this, right? Now, of course, there are many things you could be working on, but the 4 that I'm going to go into are simple, subtle things that you forget to do after you're with each other for a while. Early in a relationship, it's obvious, right? But we put a lot of intention, energy, thought into things within the partnership. And as life gets more complex, we're adulting, whether that be with managing a home, more career goals that you have, traveling and all of that it takes, kids, maybe you have parents that are unwell or family members that you have to take care of. It feels like life is more complex, whereas in the beginning, regardless of whatever age you met in, it's like you're putting in this effort, this energy. So let's actually dive into the 4, because I think at least one, if not all of them, will hit home for you to focus on today. And the first thing that couples forget to do as they're with each other for years is show enthusiasm for the small things. Again, referring back to how you were early on in the partnership, it wasn't just, oh, hey, how's it going? How are you? When they walk in the door. It was, hey, it's so good to see you. I missed you. How was your day? Right? Just this enthusiasm for greeting each other. Or if they did something nice for you, whether it was cooking a meal or getting a coffee, just anything, it wasn't just like, thanks. It was, wow, that's so nice of you. Thank you so much. Or just this energy, this hug, this kiss. However you showed enthusiasm, you did. And Aaron and I, we've been together almost a decade now. We have met many versions of each other. We have had more fun seasons. We've had harder seasons. And right now we're in that, parenting to a young toddler stage. We don't have a lot of moments together where we might have had hours alone together. It looks different now. And the thing is, Aaron and I, we're not perfect at this, but for the most part, we try to show enthusiasm for those things that are easy to take for granted, right? And yes, do we forget to say thank you for things? Are we, going over the top every time one of us, makes a meal or gets each other a cup of water? Of course not, right? But we do try to bring enthusiasm for the small things because it helps you and your partner feel seen, feel appreciated, as well as just feel like there's some energy in the environment, which we need. We don't want that stale, kind of mundane, musky smell in the house, right? We want to feel like there's this joy within our home environment. So that's the first one. Are you showing enthusiasm for the small things as much as possible? Maybe today it's starting with how you greet them. Maybe it's going to be a little bit more of a greeting. Maybe it's a little bit of an extra joy or gratitude energy when you thank them for something. So just look for opportunities to show more enthusiasm for the small things today. The second thing that couples forget to do as they're with each other for years is share with each other. What do I mean by sharing? I mean opening up about the things that you're thinking about, feeling, dealing with, and even if it doesn't have to do with the partnership. We were talking to another couple yesterday and the area of career came up, and they realized after they were talking about their career, they said, I haven't even really brought this up. I haven't shared this. And they were bringing up how they feel and what they're kind of going through and what they hope for in their career. And their partner was so receptive. I want to hear this. These are the things I want to know that you're going through or you're thinking about. So with your partner, do you open up with them? It's not just the average, oh, hey, how was your day? Oh, it was good. A lot of meetings. Or, oh, how was it with the kids today? Oh, this and that. This person was upset and we did this. We went to the park. You can update each other on tasks or to-dos or the state of affairs, or you can open up and share more of your internal world, your internal experiences. And remember, early on, again, I'm just going to keep referring to how we are in the beginning versus how we let these things slip over time. Early on, you go on these long dates. You're sitting there and, whatever subject you're on, whether it's family or career, your health goals, you open up to each other. And that's a big part of why you feel this connection and like you're with your best friend. And then again, as life becomes more complex and maybe you have less time, you stop sharing those things. And so Erin and I, even when we're at the dinner table, and it isn't how dinner used to be. I mean, Sky is throwing food. She's, she doesn't have a lot of words yet. So she's grunting for things that she wants. We are like not having this, peaceful, romantic, candlelit dinner. And yet we still try to engage with each other and not just talk about, oh yeah, how was that meeting or that? It's really about what are we feeling? What are we thinking about? And that allows us to feel more connected. So the opportunity for you today is to share more with your partner. Go further than you normally would in talking about your internal experience. It will lead to so much more connection between you two. Now, the third thing that couples forget to do over time is dream together, set goals together. Life is more exciting when there's something that we're pursuing together. And it doesn't even have to be the things that everyone goes to think of. Financial goals, buying a house, let's expand our family. All of those are aspects of growing, of having goals. But even think about if you already have achieved those things, maybe you have the home, maybe you've had the children, maybe you are reaching your financial goals. What other aspects of your life or areas would be important to put some energy towards and that would allow you to feel bonded and like you're pursuing something? Is it a health goal? Right now, Erin and I, we are reprioritizing our health. We met in the gym. That was always an area that was important to us. But again, the stage of life we're in, we've let it slip. And so we are motivated by it. We even kind of make these little jokes about our health goals and we motivate each other and we say, hey, make it to the gym. Like if I want to just kind of skip it one day, he's like, no, go. And we high five each other when we're going. And so it's something that's giving us this motivation. And paired with that, we do have a financial goal. We actually are really motivated by something that we're pursuing, and it is giving us this extra spark, right? So in your relationship, when was the last time you sat down and discussed some goals that you want to set that will give you a little oomph, a little motivation? Or what about your dreams? Are you still dreaming together? Again, maybe you have achieved a lot of the initial things that you set out for. Maybe your dream initially was, I want a beautiful wedding and I want to have a home for us and I want to expand our family and I want to have, a nice vacation every year. And you might be sitting there and you're like, we did it. Like we've achieved this. And that's awesome. That's great if you have. And now it's time to set something next. And it can be anything. It can be, we want to learn dancing. We want to learn another language. We want to, anything, a hobby, just something that you are excited by that is adding this rejuvenated energy into your relationship. We need things to aspire for as a couple. Again, otherwise it's so easy to get stale and stagnant. So that's the third thing that couples forget to do is dream together and set goals. And then the fourth and final one, and maybe this is going to be the biggest one to really hit you, is prioritizing fun or play. And again, we aren't even saying you need to have a date every week. I think there's a lot of kind of that generic marriage advice that's out there. Like I even saw a video today from someone I really love, and they said, a couple needs a date, at least one, if not two, every week. And yes, that's an incredible goal. And maybe that's possible for you. I know a lot of couples with kids that do have a date every Monday or every Friday. And maybe that isn't your season. Right now we're still trying to find the groove with getting a babysitter because we don't have family in town anymore. I think we're going to have a family member move back to Arizona, which will be nice. But we need to also think outside of dates, because whether that's possible for you right now or it's not, it also can't be the only time for fun and for play. So we need to, whatever season we're in, have small moments of flirting, of play, of connection, of joy, of not being such serious adults. So even yesterday, I think one thing Aaron and I do well is we focus on what really matters. And Aaron and I, we love a clean kitchen. We love a clean house. But there are times where we let the kitchen be messy because we turn on music and we're dancing. And yesterday we had Sky after work and we were about to get ready for cooking. And instead of getting right into all the to-dos and I could vacuum and I could wipe down the counters and I could prep dinner, for 10 plus minutes, we were just dancing with Sky and smiling. And it will be a memory that I hope I never forget, because that is the juice of life. And Aaron had this little music maker in his hand and I had one, and we're looking at Sky, we're looking at each other. And while we couldn't be out on a boat alone together on this like romantic, extravagant date, we were having a moment then of laughing, of playing, of smiling. So for you, regardless of what your life circumstances look like now, however busy you are, however many things you have on your plate, where can you prioritize little moments of play, of joy, of fun together? Again, we can become such serious adults, and we know you have a lot on your plate. I mean, I've got medical bills to get back to. I have a long list of to-dos, but what's important is that you have moments of creating memories together. You have moments of smiling and laughing together, because that is what nurtures your spirit. That is what you will remember at the end of your life. So that was kind of my motivational moment. I hope that spoke to you. So with these 4, you may want to focus on 1, maybe 2, maybe all of them. You're going to focus on them, but make sure you do something about this. Please don't let this be another podcast that you listen to and then you forget within 2 hours. So whether you want to put a calendar reminder in, or you want to text your partner, hey, I'm going to focus on this today. However you need to remember it so you actually do something about it, I challenge you to do that, because your partnership matters and small shifts can make a big difference, I promise you. So if these resonated, please let us know. Send us a message on Instagram, or even better is to give our podcast a 5-star review on whichever platform you're listening on. That's a big way to give back to us and the energy that we put towards podcasting. And we know there's a lot of new listeners here, so we are really glad that you're here. Make sure you're subscribed to get notified for future episodes, and make sure you also tune into our other resources on our website, which is meetthefreemans.com. You're going to see web classes, you're going to see instant access guides, courses, sessions with us. Really, you get to pick the journey that you go on. So again, it's meetthefreemans.com. And also make sure you stay plugged in, because we have an exciting new challenge, a couples challenge coming out that is likely to be different than the previous ones we have hosted. We've been really observing what couples need right now. So stay tuned in, because this is really going to hit home no matter how busy you are. So with that, we really hope you take away value from our podcast, and we will talk to you on the next episode.